Hey Debbie, this is Dan. Happy birthday. Here is your reading. I'm getting ready to start it. So I'm going to work with one deck and then the other will be for clarifying the smaller deck. So let's get started. We're just going to, you said kind of love stuff, but like also family stuff. So we'll see what comes through the cards. Give me one moment. I'll say this, the cards feel rapid, like things are moving at a quick pace. Maybe, I kind of get a feeling maybe a little bit faster than they should. I don't know if your mind is racing, but they feel kind of, I don't know, excited isn't the right word, but like rapid fire. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like if your thoughts are quick right now, multiple thoughts at once, can't quite like it's not like a lack of focus, but it's almost like I feel like there's so much going on in the shuffle that maybe I can't concentrate on one thing or get really zoned in on one specific area, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's how you're feeling right now. You'll have to let me know when you see this if that makes sense to you. It doesn't feel bad per se, it just feels busy. Like maybe there's a lot of changes going on or shifting, or maybe you want one thing at one moment and then something else at the next. That's kind of what it feels like to me. It's like we can't, like maybe we think it's one thing and then something else comes up and our mind reattaches to the new thing. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Let me turn off my alarm because it's about to go off in a few minutes. Okay. All right, so this is the center U card, right? This is where you're centered at most of the time right now. It kind of gives me insight into sort of where you're at and what you could potentially be creating for the future. Let me see if I can can I get the glare off of that card? And slightly. Sorry about the glare up here. It's just right underneath the lamp, but we need light for this. All right, so the center card, let's see what we've got. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Not that it's interesting that the cards felt so rapid because this is one of the slowest cards of the deck. This is the steady card, right? He is going to be, he's associated with Earth, which is your Virgo, so this is a good sign to have as your center. He's a good card to have. I mean, it associates well with your sign and what you're sort of familiar with or comfortable in. But he sometimes can feel like he's not going to make any motion or move until he's 100% sure he's doing the right thing, right? There is this idea and this look to the future, I feel like, with him, but it's like we're not sure which way to go or how to go about getting there. So we're kind of weighing everything or taking an inventory before making a move forward. There is opportunity with him, but the opportunity is kind of like first we weigh all of our options, and then from there we make a like sort of informed decision and then take proper steps to get there, right? So if things are feeling like they're at a stalemate or stuck, that's okay because this is sort of a card where that would be represented, but it tells me like that even though if it feels slow or not moving in the way that we necessarily want, and that might be the rapidness of the shuffle, is like we're trying to move things along and we can't because he's in our center, right? There's something we need to maybe look at, measure, weigh, contemplate, and make the most informed decision before moving forward. We will with him as our center, but it may take some time. Let's just say that, okay? Let's look at the clarifiers on him. We've got the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a lot about work in the sense that it feels like Six of Swords is about moving to calmer waters, getting to somewhere that's clearer in thought and in mind. And the Ten of Swords is about being done with the situation. I don't know why, because I haven't seen the rest of the cards, but I get this feeling that the Ten of Swords could be your son. And I know this is a rather graphic image, but I have like when the minute it flipped over, I felt like maybe this is your son. I don't know if he's undermining or doing things that aren't working for you, or for him even for that matter. But these 10 swords are about something coming to a completion or an ending. There could be discord between you and your son, and that's why you see this Knight of Pentacles here. You might not know what move to make or what is the best move, and you're trying to weigh all of that right now. What you do want, in my opinion, is with the Six of Swords, is this calmer, more even relationship, right? And you're trying to move to that clearer thought place. This to me feels like things are shifting and changing and coming to an end. So if there is struggle or strife going on for your son right now, just be patient, and the patience would be in the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to shift for him, is my feeling. This Seven of Pentacles is about hard work and looking, again, it's another pause card, and it is Pentacles energy, so it's a bit slower. But it is about sort of looking at the work that's been put in and deciding if now is the time to harvest, is now the time to jump, is now the time to act in this way, or to say this thing, or it's something to that effect. And so we're looking at all of this right now and trying to figure out how we can best move this into a calm, better place, into a place that completes it and brings it to an end, and is like fruitful in the end, because he has this crop here. There is a gift to be had here. It's just not right yet. And that could be in love too, right? That could be about trying to get to a better thinking place in our mind as to how we perceive what we deserve or what we want, and putting in the work and the effort and the time and attention to making that happen and growing that. But it requires you to sort of be present in this moment and stay, you know, I don't want to say stay in place, because there is some forward movement with the Knight, but it might be a step-by-step thing that we're going through right now, and carefully taking those steps. Not that there's a mistake to be had, but we just want to take the best steps for all involved. Now, this is the foundation card. This is what's beneath you or behind you. It is also what can potentially be pushing or influencing the reading in a way, right? Because everything is built on this card from the past. So this is the Four of Pentacles. So again, we have Pentacles energy, again, Earth energy. The Four of Pentacles is about being actually choosing to be stuck, to be honest. It's about holding back or withholding, feeling like you can't necessarily trust a situation, person, or maybe the people that you were dating, feeling scared or afraid, needing to protect yourself. And so with this as the foundation, I understand why I see the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like after a hard run or a hard period where we were in like fight or flight mode or protection mode, holding on to what we have and what we know to be true, we're maybe now starting to begin to move forward, but we don't want to make sort of, similar mistakes or allow others to make the same mistakes that maybe harmed us in the first place, if that makes sense. So let's look at the clarifiers for him. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. Wow, this is a really powerful run on a card that is sort of really, what's the word, withdrawn or pulled back. I want to say this. When I look at these, it looks like from whatever went on in the past, wherever maybe you were hurt or harmed or felt the need to protect yourself, within that situation, there was some sort of true love or a connection there. And I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is the divine feminine, right? She is the material version of the feminine order of like earth energy, right? So she's very much Virgo too. But when I see these two together, it's like being a provider, providing to something that we really truly cared about and were connected to. And then some sort of clarity or inspiration or new thought, new awareness came out of nowhere within this situation. That could have potentially caused you to go into this Four of Pentacles, right? With this holding on and going like, uh-oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Because to me, the Queen of Pentacles says that you brought your best game to this relationship or to this connection. And when you did that, it maybe didn't, I don't want to say it didn't pay off, but it sort of, it felt like, uh-oh, I gave too much, so now I have to hold on to what I have, right? So what I do like about this, even though this guy's a little bit miserly or stingy in his positioning, and him being the foundation of this, there is a reluctance in this reading for maybe new love, or a fear from the past that could be holding on to us, that we gave too much and were awoken to new ideas or thoughts that might have been a little bit shocking to us. But in essence, the fact that the Two of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles are in here says that there is this, like, this true form of who you are, how you are in relationships, that's very honest, pure, and real. And I want you to focus on that, because I think that is maybe what you are protecting in this Four of Pentacles, right? That is what you're holding on to. It's like not giving away this Queen of Pentacles to maybe another relationship. The fact that the Two of Cups is down here and the Ace of Swords, there is also this possibility that we're trying to manifest something bigger and better than what we had previously, but we have to get beyond sort of maybe the fear or the limitations that the previous relationship created within us or for us, at whatever point, right? So now we have the Soul card, or the Higher Self card. This is the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, this is a lot of Pentacles energy. This is very much your Virgo season reading, for sure, because Pentacles are Earth sign. Ten of Pentacles is about everybody being okay, taken care of, certainly materially, but also about, like, you know, the entirety of the family sort of being all right, provided for, cared for, supported, right? It is also another 10, which to me is about endings, or and I mean endings in a good way, like coming complete, feeling fulfilled, feeling whole and centered and sound, right? That's the soul's goal in all of this, is my feeling, is to feel, you know, not only are you provided for, but that everybody that you love is provided for also. That is your highest sort of gift, goal, aspiration in all of this. Even if you are seeking love right now, you're not necessarily only solely seeking it for yourself. Even with the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups down here, it says to me that when you go into a love situation or a relationship, you take it very seriously and you bring your A game, or you bring your best, you provide for others. And that is sort of intrinsic in your soul, right? So let's look at what's on the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands, with lots of tens too. The Two of Pentacles, which is a bit of juggling, and then the Page of Cups, which I like that he's up there. Page of Cups is like my second favorite card of the deck. He is the dreamer, right? He thinks outside of the box. He's complementary to Earth energy because he is water, right? The Ten of Wands is about almost being at the finish line, carrying out our desire or our spiritual passion, right? And the work that goes into holding on to that, and the fact that, like, I almost want to say, with the tens that I see here, I feel like a cycle is ending for you. Maybe it's because it's your birthday. Maybe it's, you know, a new year is beginning, like, from your birthday on to your next birthday. Not necessarily the lunar new year, but your new year of birth, right, is happening and shifting right now. And there's things here with all of these tens that make me indicate to me that I want to talk, like, I want to pull your attention to the fact that cycles or situations could be terminating or completing right now for you, and shifting you to the next phase or the next place. The Page of Cups would be about dreaming, right? Or being open to those things. And the Two of Pentacles would be about sort of maintaining a balance and trying to juggle it or make it happen. Staying fixated on this goal of all working out in the end is the most important thing, and I believe that it will, even though right now it may not feel as though it is, because of this heavier Pentacles energy and things moving more slowly than, say, you would like. But you're willing to put the work in, you're willing to, like, sort of give of yourself in such a way that it will be a success, but you're not willing to sort of give yourself freely to just anything, is my feeling. right? So now these two cards are the outside influences. I need to remind you that influences can be people, situations, sometimes things more vague like belief systems or energies that are having an effect on us. So we have the King of Wands. Interesting. Wands represents this element of fire. Usually when court cards are in this position, that can be somebody that is outside of us. Oftentimes I see the court cards as people, right, that are influencing us right now. Now, I don't know if there's a significant fire sign in your life, but I feel like this person is ignoring you. Usually the King of Wands is the Mr. I can do it, I can make it happen, take it, it's mine. He's very passionate, direct, quick, takes action maybe even before thinking, can sometimes be impulsive, but his back is turned to this reading. And it feels like either he's stuck in the past, like I don't know what sign your sun is, I don't know if he is a fire sign, but this could be him. I want to see the other card too, but I kind of feel like this person is not listening or not giving you what you need. If there's somebody that you're romantic with right now or somebody in the periphery that comes on hot and then goes cold on you, that's this card, right? Where he's in 1 minute and then out the next. And so I'm not exactly sure why that is. We'll look at the clarifiers. You have to figure out who this person might be. I feel like when I'm looking at this card, and that's why I'm not sure if it's your son or not, I'm looking at this card, it feels like this person feels a bit like a know-it-all. Like they don't want to be told what to do or how to be, right? They don't want to be penned in. And so they turn their back to you or turn away from time to time, but they still love you, right? The wand's energy would be that of passion and desire. So I do think that they do have true, honest love for you, whether it is your son or a romantic partner. But it's like they're not allowing themselves to be tethered right now. They're not allowing themselves to be influenced in a way. So let's see what is going on here. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and Justice. Interesting. Shit. I say shit because it still doesn't tell me whether or not this is your son. At first I thought maybe it was a romantic interest when I saw the Knight of Cups here, but then Justice makes me feel like things are being restored in this relationship. Ace of Pentacles is about new beginnings also, so there could be somebody that maybe it wasn't quite working out with, or it wasn't quite aligning correctly, something was off. It's still off right now in the present, but these clarifiers say to me that whatever it is real and it will come to like some sort of understanding or clarity at some point with Justice being here, right? It's interesting that the king is turned away in his wandsiness, right? But then the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups is turned towards the Knight of Pentacles, like it almost wants to ride alongside the Knight of Pentacles. And Cups and Pentacles are complementary. So it feels like this person might be a little bit torn in which direction they want to go, either towards you or away from you. It's like their ego maybe is more what gets in their way. Their true feelings want to come towards you. They need to have a realization or a wake-up call, and that is this Ace of Pentacles. Whether this is your son or a romantic partner, and it very well could be both and represent both relationships if it makes sense to both relationships. This person will ultimately, I feel like when I'm looking at this run of cards, will ultimately come to the realization that the love is more powerful than anything. The relationship or the connection is more powerful, and there will be a renewal in that connection, and justice will reign supreme. Like the truth will come out. The reality and the strength of the relationship will be restored, is my feeling. So let's look at this card. We have the Four of Swords. So Four of Swords, this to me would be an action you can take, or the energy around you right now is giving you time to contemplate, giving you time to meditate, to go within. And that's some of the slowness that we saw in the Knight of Pentacles, right? Is this idea of I'm not going to make any sudden moves or anything that's not, well thought out and planned. And so the Four of Swords indicates that there is opportunity right now around you within your life to go inward, to stop listening to the voices maybe that are in your head, or what society says, or your friends say, or your family says about what's right or wrong, and really find clarity in what you know to be true, and then be able to communicate that, right? Be able to, but it requires a going inward. And there's certainly enough stability in the Knight of Pentacles as your center right now to do that with strength and patience, right? So look for those moments where you can go inward and listen to sort of the voices of your mind or your intuition and find the clarity that you need within whatever's going on in any given situation. So let's look and see what the clarifiers are for this. We have the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the King of Wands. He returns. Wow. Over here, he's away. Over here, he's returning back. And what's interesting to me is through this pulling away or this introspection that you do, the Three of Cups is about communion and celebration, and the Six of Wands is about being noticed, honored, and exonerated in a way, or redeemed, seen for who you truly are, what you truly possess, all of the good things that are within you. And I think that this King of Wands can appreciate this Six of Wands. So all of a sudden, through this withdrawal or this pulling back and not fighting, that's also the Six of Swords here. Instead of fighting against it, going inward and finding the answers from within will bring you the joy, will bring you the recognition, and will bring you back this King of Wands if that's what you want. If this King of Wands is your son, great. Then we know that this situation is coming to terms, right? This is coming back to being restored to justice. But if it's also a romantic partner, and remember, these can double for more than one relationship. They don't have, but to me, they feel like sometimes the influences are two totally separate influences. This to me feels like there's influences going on here, but it's like this is how they act and this is how you act in response to how they act. And when you pull back, they come forward. And they come forward seeing you, and they come forward in joy and celebration. And I also see that come forward here with the Knight of Cups and the renewal of the Ace of Pentacles and the restoration of justice, right? But it's almost like you're where you're holding at right now, because there is a holding pattern, the Four, the Knight, the Four of Pentacles. There is a holding pattern going on for you, but it is a wise one, I'll say that. Now's the time to contemplate, to reflect, to think about exactly what you bring to the table, what you put in, right? Because what you do put in is real, genuine, and powerful. You know, that's also this Ten of Pentacles and the beauty of the Page of Cups, the hard work of not only the Seven of Pentacles, but also the Ten of Wands, right? It's like you bring a gift with you within the relationships you're in that I think that you're maybe in the process of discovering or honoring within yourself by not necessarily giving of them so freely at this time, or shifting in that giving to a place of giving to yourself rather than others. And you're going to find that it's going to kind of maybe even heal some of the rifts that you've been experiencing, if you have been experiencing rifts in your relationship, right? So this is the outcome card, and I always say this with outcomes. Outcomes are like sort of, they're flexible in the sense that when we look at them, it tells us where the energy is generally heading right now as everything stands. But if we choose to use this, if we don't like this card as the outcome, we can use it as a warning to make choices and changes in our life so that we can, change the outcome. So let's see what it is. It is the Ten of Swords. That's the card that I felt like was your son. It is a completion. Let me just see here. Let's see what the clarifiers are on this. I almost want to say, I don't know, I kind of feel this, and I'm just going to go with this. You're going to have to let me know, because when I film these, I like filming them this way, because people that get them, they say, they respond back to me and tell me sort of what made sense and what didn't. But they also rewatch them, and they'll tell me like a month or two later, oh my God, I rewatched the video you did, and it made so much more sense when I looked back at it now. And so I do feel like this is your son. I feel like, and this is, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I feel like there is somebody else out here. This is this King of Wands, and I do believe he is a romance, like there's a potential romance with him. But I feel like the sun is kind of fucking things up in the center here with you. Like you're trying to get to calmer waters with him, and you're not able to sort of sort that out. And so you're putting in the work and trying to find the answers there, and it's not maybe providing you a whole lot of room for this relationship that's trying to happen here, right? Because this person might need more attention or want more from you than you're able to give right now. That's kind of a vibe that I'm getting. When you give to yourself and you find the clarity and the answers that you need to sort of solve this issue that's going on maybe within the home, then you'll be able to be more outward and celebrate with this King of Wands. But it almost feels like now is not the time. Now, with this Ten of Swords, this being the outcome means, like, to me, it feels, and this is why I feel like it's still your son, is like this part here needs to be addressed. And this is maybe what you're working on or focused on trying to figure out a successful solution to. And I think that it means when I see this card here, it does still feel like a completion, but it feels like this is sort of the focus of the outcome. It's not necessarily this big love. That may work out, but this is maybe more important to you than that. So let's look at what's on the Ten of Swords. We have that Ten of Pentacles, your soul's goal, my dear. We have the Three of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. So, this isn't the easiest of outcomes, let's just say that. The Three of Swords is about heartache, past pain, those things sort of coming to the surface. The Ten of Pentacles being up there and the Page of Wands speaks to the opportunity for healing and well-being for everyone, right? The Page of Wands is about that new excitement and maybe a change, a renewal, right? It could be your son. I almost feel like this is your son kind of becoming inspired again, or more successful, more clear, or at least more open to change and inspiration, right? It feels like this gentleman that's down here on the ground with the 10 swords in his back actually stands up and begins to move forward. But there's a lot of heartache, whether it's your heartache or his, there's a lot of heartache, but it's all, to me, with that 10 of Pentacles being up there, it's all to the well-being of everyone involved. And it's ultimately what you're trying to channel from your higher self into this situation, right? And so it says to me that even though this is a little bit of emotional work and maybe a little bit hard right now, it will come to an answer, and there will be a change or renewal in this person that allows them to sort of move forward a little bit more fresh, inspired, willing to learn, open, all of that sort of stuff. And right now, he may not feel very open to suggestion with this Ten of Swords there. It's interesting to me too that, like, I feel like your son becomes this Page of Wands, and you're sort of going back and forth with this King of Wands here. Like, to me, them both being represented by court cards in the Wands suit, these two relationships, if there are two relationships, and you'll have to let me know if there are, they're behaving quite similarly. One might be more childlike than the other, but he might be showing his childlike nature here with this egoic turn away. But it's all going to sort itself out, is my feeling as I look at these cards. I hope that makes sense. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Please tell me what resonates and what doesn't. If you have any questions, you can certainly send me questions, and I can kind of answer them as best I can if I can remember the reading, depending on when you ask me. But I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this. Keep an open mind, understand what you bring to the table, keep those things at the forefront of your mind, and take time out for yourself during this period to clear your thoughts and everything, and allow things to sort of unravel, is my feeling, in a good way, right? Allow them to kind of just sort of change and shift, and you will adapt as the changes and shifts come. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope this reading works for you, and thank you so much for getting it. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think. I will be sending it over once I get it uploaded. Take care. Bye-bye.